Today's episode of the Girl Which Way podcast was brought to you by Vinnie Grill Inc. Vinnie Grill Inc. is a nonprofit founded by Shalia Vinnie for at-risk girls to give them the tools necessary to break generational curses and to become pillars of their communities, giving every girl the confidence to be herself and the mindset to free herself. VGI is always looking for mentors for our girls. To learn more, visit VinnieGrillInc.org and make sure you tell them that Girl Which Way sent you. Hello and welcome to the Girl Which Way podcast, the show that exists because life is a journey, but you still need direction. Grab your girls and get ready, because each episode we'll be talking about our real life issues, answering questions, and building solid relationships with one another as we heal and learn. I'm your host, your girl, Shalia Vinnie, and today's show is for my girls who are desperately seeking attention and validation from others on social media and in the bedroom. Get ready, because we're going to talk about it. Okay, so let's have a conversation, because I'm seeing so much going on social media, and then I get your messages and DMs reaching out for moral support and coaching. Now, what I can tell you for sure is that something is not adding up, because you tell me that you want more, but then you also tell me that you're a proud and sexually liberated woman at the same time. Now, how do we find the balance? Because you're clearly unhappy with the way things have been going for you so far. But being tired of the nonsense isn't good enough if you're not ready to make some changes and do things differently going forward. Now listen, ladies, I have said this once and I will say it again. The way you show up and put yourself out there matters. We can have the conversation, but you're going to have to be honest with yourself. Because if you are, that's the only way we can make real progress. But if you're not ready to change, then at least listen so you can identify where you feel you could apply this advice to later. But either way, it's time to get honest about your constant need for attention and how you use sex as a crutch. Why do you need attention so badly? Who are you looking to get attention from? Why? Does it make you feel better about yourself? Are you having so much trouble loving yourself on your own that you feel like you have no other recourse than to get validation from others? So many of you have written in to me and said you want to be taken more seriously by men. You say that you're tired of them DMing you with only one thing on the brain. You say that you want a man to approach you like a lady. We set the tone for how others perceive us. We must respect ourselves way before others will do it. How you carry yourself matters. Don't let these new age feminists tell you anything differently. How we present ourselves to the world is always going to matter. I had a young lady tell me she's an aspiring adult film star and she has an OnlyFans and poses nude in her lingerie on her social media. So she caught the attention of a few high-profile celebrity men who wanted to fly her out. She took one of them up on his offer, and he flew her from LA to Miami to meet up with them, and when she arrived, he wanted to have sex with her. She was hurt because she didn't have any intention of doing anything like that. She wanted to be his friend first. She wanted to get to know him. He was furious because he was upset that he wasted money and time, and that she knew she didn't want to do anything, so why would she come? So who was wrong? He assumed because of her content on social media that she was a sexual girl who would fulfill the fantasy that she was selling on social media for him. She wanted him to treat her like a lady. He had no right to assume one thing or the other, but she couldn't be so naive that she didn't expect a man to want to take her up on her offer. Now, when we put ourselves out there in certain ways, people are going to want to see us put our money where our mouths are. It's human nature. This is why I always wonder, who are we trying to impress truly when we put ourselves on social media this way? Why is nothing left to the imagination? Do we need likes this badly? There's no reason I should be able to go to your social media and see you completely naked or in lingerie, and I don't even know you. If I'm a man, you leave everything and nothing to be desired, because I know exactly what your body looks like and I want it. And that's all I want from you, quite frankly, because you have shown me that's all you have to offer. The thing is, I think it's for everyone. And while I might partake in the festivities, when the party is over, I'll most likely leave you where I found you to clean up the mess. You will always get someone's attention with your body. But is that really the kind of attention you want? Is that all you want to be about? It's incredibly difficult to maintain. We've got filters, BBLs, just basically anything to appear to be more than what we are, because we'd rather risk our lives with surgery and hurt our bodies than to bruise our egos by not feeling pretty enough. And then there's my girls who say that they're tired of the friends with benefits, wham bam, thank you ma'am, situationships. You keep meeting these men, having sex with them, and watching them walk away time and time again. Deep down, you want something meaningful, but you don't think you can find it, and your motto is, I'll match their energy. I'm down for whatever they down for. I'll treat these dudes how they treat me. What kind of game are you playing? This isn't even what you know you want, and you know it. Deep down, you don't think you deserve anything better, so you don't require anything better from these men. You choose these low-life types of dudes who you know have nothing to offer you and blame it on them being your preference because they're your type. Then you sleep with them, all of them, every time. Why do you keep allowing everyone into your sacred space? Moment of transparency. Through my discussions with so many of you, I have learned one thing. You sleep with these men because you don't think they'd like you for you. You sleep with these men because you are good at sex. You have practice and you feel good about what you can do in the bedroom. You feel more confident in the bedroom than in a conversation. You've learned to use sex as the way you communicate. You use it to express that you like him. You use it as a way to, when you're having issues, to piss him off. You use it as a way to say thank you. You talk with your body. Sex is your trick. If you took sex off the table, you're not sure he'd stick around. If you're not putting out, they're walking out. And the fear of being alone or not being wanted terrifies you. You don't think anyone could like you for you. Sex helps you to close the deal. Sex makes them stick around a little longer. You walk around as if you're some confident, sexually liberated woman, and people believe you. But the real truth is, you don't really like yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't let so many people into your body so easily. If you truly liked yourself, you would understand that you are worth more than a few pumps and grunts from somebody's dusty son, and you'd realize that you're special. You wouldn't be afraid of anyone walking away from you. You can't use sex as a way to fix your trauma. You can't fill your heart's empty places by having random men fill your sacred spaces. And before you rebuttal with, nah, sis, you wildin', I just like sex. Okay, if that's so true, why do you feel so empty inside? Why do you keep secretly longing for something more? Sex is great, sure. But commitment in the whole package is better, and you know it. Some of you are having sex with men right now that you couldn't borrow $50 from. If it were an emergency, you couldn't even call on some of these dudes. But you can call them at 2 a.m. for a little red light special, though. Today's episode of the Girl Which Way podcast was brought to you by Vinny Girl Inc. Vinny Girl Inc. is a nonprofit founded by Shalia Vinny for at-risk girls to give them the tools necessary to break generational curses and to become pillars of their communities, giving every girl the confidence to be herself and the mindset to free herself. VGI is always looking for mentors for our girls. To learn more, visit vinnygirlinc.org and make sure you tell them that Girl Which Way sent you. So we've been talking about our constant need for attention and validation. There's a million girls out here competing for attention and validation from the opposite sex because they haven't discovered their own worth. Living this way will cost you your peace and your confidence. You're never going to be good enough. And if you thrive on what others think, you'll crash and burn in no time. As happy as you think some of these women are, I'm here to tell you they aren't. The BBLs, getting flued out, and collecting Birkin bags seems like living the life when your life can't compare by all accounts, but it's not what it's cracked up to be. All of these things come at a high price. You're much better off giving yourself the love you're looking for in everyone else. That kind of love can't be revoked, and it won't care if everyone else turns their back on you because it's happy with itself. Baby girl, you gotta get your mind right. Here are 5 ways to do that. Number 1, I want you to get off social media. You need a break from social media. I don't care if you delete it or you fast from it, but either way, you need to put yourself on a social media timeout. You've fallen victim to the trap that it can become. And while it can be a beautiful way to connect and to get good content, you've lost sight of that. You need to take a break so you could get your mind right. Number 2, I don't want you to go on any dates right now. You need to take a break from men for a bit. You need to clear out your distraction, and your biggest one right now seems to be men. I want you to see how it feels to not be in need of their approval for a minute. Number 3, I want you to reaffirm yourself. I want you to start speaking more positively to yourself. Since faith comes by hearing, you need to hear words of love and encouragement about yourself from yourself. Speak positively over your life and everything you're concerned about. You need to flip your idea of yourself completely upside down. Number 4, I want you to find a mentor. Find a lady who you've always wanted to be like, but you never felt you were good enough to be. Who is that lady? We all have her. Go and look her up, read about her, study her, take notes. How does she move? How does she speak? Now, I'm not telling you to go out here and imitate her or try to become somebody else, but the reason why I want you to pay attention to her is because sometimes it's hard to be something that we may not have ever seen up close. If you can find a woman who is the embodiment of the woman that you would like to be, pay attention to her and learn from her. Whatever you can take from her, take from her. I always admired Felicia Rashad, by the way. Claire Huxtable was everything I wanted to be. Smart, beautiful, classy, and an overall badass. I swear she just had it all, and I wanted to be her. Number 5, feed your mind. I don't care if you take reading or audible books or podcasts or binge watching good programming. I don't care. You just need to feed your mind something good and wholesome. Find a good book or podcast. What do you care about? What's your dream? What do you want to be? What do you want to be better at? There's a book for that. Money, relationships, business, stocks. There's books and content for everything you want to know. I want you to feed your mind better stuff. You'd be amazed how things will switch up for you when you start seeing and hearing things differently. You would be amazed at how just those little things can boost you up. Also, turn off that meaningless music. I know the beats sound good and they get you moving, but we can't be feeding our minds good stuff and then listening to crazy stuff at the same time. It's really counterproductive. When you learn to carry yourself with an air of confidence and self-love, those same lames don't even approach you. They notice you every time, but they know not to approach you. You don't have to stoop down to their level at all if you just learn to move differently. In a world where so many women look and act the same, standing out is a great thing. I have never presented myself on social media as anything but a lady. The only thing I have ever shared really is my words. Nothing inappropriate. And guess what? I have athletes, actors, and singers in my DMs. I bet you know them. I won't say no names. But literally, some of the most eligible bachelors in the world dropping by to tell me they see me, or they think I'm dope, or that my husband is a lucky man. Think about that. Women are in their DMs literally all day long and probably sending them nudes and God knows what else. But they notice me and I never had to lower myself to such shenanigans. They all approached me with the utmost respect and spoke to me respectfully as a true lady. That is my point. Your body is one way to get you noticed, but it's not the only way, sis. It can be done differently. I want you to understand that you are so much more than your body. You don't need to take your clothes off on social media or in the company of strangers to receive love. It's not love. It's just thirsty people looking to be hydrated. Just because someone is interested in your body doesn't mean they are invested in you. As long as you are offering it, they will always take it. But if you seriously want a different result, you will have to move differently. There will always be someone younger, more attractive, and perhaps more willing than you are. Your body may get you in the door, but will it sustain you? Today's show was brought to you by Vinny Girl Inc. Please rate the show on your favorite streaming platform and share it with one person who you think needs to hear it and ask them to do the same. Remember, good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. Until next time, your friend and motivator, Shalia. Bye.